Have you ever felt that unsettling quiet in a relationship? That feeling when the person lying next to you suddenly feels like a stranger? I'm Mark, and for 15 years, I thought I had it all. A loving wife, Sarah, two beautiful children, and a home filled with laughter. Or so I thought. Our story wasn't a fairy tale, but it was real. We had our ups and downs like any couple, but I always believed our foundation was solid rock. Looking back now, I realize it was just sand, waiting for the tide to come in. It all started subtly. The late nights at the office became more frequent. The phone, once left casually on the counter, was now always screened down or clutched in her hand. When I'd ask about her day, the answers became vague, just a collection of empty words. "It was fine," she'd say, her eyes glued to her phone, a faint, unreadable smile playing on her lips. I tried to dismiss my growing unease. I told myself I was being paranoid, that after 15 years, a little distance was normal. We were busy with work, with the kids. "This is just a phase," I'd repeat to myself like a mantra. I wanted to believe it. I needed to believe it. The kids felt it too. Our daughter Lily, once a ray of sunshine, started asking why Mommy was always so tired and distracted. Our son, Jake, started acting out at school, seeking the attention he wasn't getting at home. I tried to overcompensate, to be both dad and mom, planning family outings that Sarah would often cancel at the last minute, citing a work emergency. The laughter in our home slowly faded, replaced by an uncomfortable silence, thick with unspoken questions. I felt like I was single-parenting within my own marriage, and the loneliness was crushing. I tried talking to her multiple times. I'd wait until the kids were asleep, and I'd sit on the edge of our bed, my heart pounding. "Sarah, is everything okay? You seem distant." Each time she'd turn it around on me. She'd accuse me of being insecure, of not trusting her, of adding stress to her already demanding job. She was so convincing, so good at making me feel guilty, that I'd end up apologizing, retreating back to my side of the bed feeling smaller than ever. Her defensiveness was a red flag, but I was colorblind with love, refusing to see the warning signs waving right in my face. The breaking point came on a Tuesday. It was our anniversary. I had taken the day off, booked her favorite restaurant, and bought the perfume she loved. I was determined to break through this wall between us. She was supposed to be home by 6. 6 o'clock came and went, then 7, then 8. I called. I texted. No answer. Finally, at 9:30, she strolled in looking flushed and flustered. "Oh my God, I'm so sorry, Mark. A huge crisis at work. It totally slipped my mind." No happy anniversary. No remorse in her eyes. Just annoyance, as if my disappointment was an inconvenience. That night, she fell asleep quickly, her phone on the nightstand. For the first time, it wasn't screened down. A notification lit up the screen. It was from an app I didn't recognize, with a strange, generic icon. A name I'd never heard of flashed for a second. Alex. Curiosity, or maybe a desperate need for the truth, took over. My hands were shaking as I picked up the phone. It wasn't locked. She had become that confident, that careless. I found the app. It was a messaging platform disguised as a utility tool, something you'd never think to open. My finger hovered over the icon. A part of me screamed to put the phone down, to go back to my blissful ignorance. But another, stronger part needed to know what was stealing my wife, my family, my life. I opened it, and there it was. Not just weeks, but months. Months of messages, hundreds of them. Messages filled with "I love yous" and "I miss yous" that were no longer meant for me. They planned secret meetings, using code words for hotels and times. They shared intimate photos. They made fun of me, of my cluelessness. Every word was a hammer blow to my chest. They talked about their future together, a future that didn't include me or our children. He called her his sunshine, the same nickname I'd given her when we first started dating. She complained about me, twisting my concern into control, my love into suffocation. The woman I had built a life with, the mother of my children, was a complete stranger. The Sarah I loved didn't exist anymore, or perhaps she never did. It was a performance, and I had been her unsuspecting audience for years. I sat there in the dark, the phone's glow illuminating my tears. I didn't feel anger, not at first, just a profound, hollow emptiness. It felt as if my heart, which had beaten only for her for 15 years, had been scooped out, leaving a cold, empty cavern. The memories we had built, the laughter, the promises, it was all a lie, a carefully constructed facade. The air in the room felt thick, unbreathable. I scrolled and scrolled, each message a fresh wound, until there were no more messages to read and no more tears to cry. The next morning, I was a different man. The love, the hope, the desire to fix things, it was all gone, replaced by a cold, hard resolve. I had to protect my children. I had to protect myself. When Sarah woke up, smiling as if nothing was wrong, I just looked at her. I didn't yell. I didn't scream. I simply placed her phone on the nightstand, open to the last message she had sent to him. "Can't wait to leave him and be with you forever." The color drained from her face. The mask finally fell. The day I found those hidden messages was the day my heart turned to stone. But it was also the day I started to find my strength again. It was the end of my marriage, but the beginning of my healing.